Hi, this is Teresa from Cuppa Tea Quilting. I am playing with editing my video for the Lazy Angle block of the month. So here you go. Okay, so I did put the pattern on our Facebook page, but there it is again. This block is a 3-color block made from 12 pieces. You're going to have 2 colors that are the star. So I will pan up so that you can see there are 2 sample blocks made. You have the star as one, and then you have a background, which is my dark blue, and then the A shape is the tan on that big block. And then there's another little block. Zoom in some more, you can see that. So for this one, it's a little bit easier than last month because you don't have any left facing shapes. You have a right facing A, which turns out to be your background. So these are Debbie's blocks that she's got parts of. So this is what the finished block is going to look like right there. And again, here is our size chart. Depending on what size strip you start with, we're starting with 6.5-inch strips. So we'll end up with a 12.5-inch block. So what we need are 4 of each of these 3 shapes. We need a right facing A, which is the orange. The first one we're going to sew together is the right facing B, and it's going to end up looking like this right here. And then after that step, then we're going to add the blue, and that's probably what I'm going to show you on here. So I'm going to let Debbie have that. So once we have your A, your first A and your B sewn, take my directions. So we're on step 2. We are rotating the blocks to be like the picture. So you're looking at it like this. Here is step 2. You're going to rotate the block, and then you're going to cut off. Anytime you add a B, you are recutting that to another A, because you can only add an A and a B together. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to have my pattern here, and I'm going to line it up on the 6.5-inch line, the black line. That white dotted line, remember, is your seam. And we're going to cut this off right here. And I save those. It's too small to put in this block, but definitely can be added maybe as a border. So this is what I'm going to add right here. And as I do that, I'm going to flip it over. And remember, you want those dog ears, you're going to have 3 of them, and you want them to kind of be even. So there's 1, there's 2, and the 3rd one's up top. And when I sew, I'm going to do a little bit inside, so a scant 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going to start at that little valley, and I'm going to end right here. So I'll bring it over to the sewing machine. Seam going the other way. There we go. I don't do any pins, but I just keep a hold of the bottom so it doesn't move too much. Get this out of the way. And I did not show you how to cut the A's and B's because I figured by now, block 4, that's already down pat. You guys understand that part. The trickiest one, which we had last month, was doing a left facing shape. So you had to flip the whole block over, but this month we're not doing that. So I'm gonna just finger press, and that is our block. And this one we're gonna have, there's half of her block finished. So I can go back and sew this one on here. But you'll kind of get the idea. Have 4, so I'm gonna need to grab a blue, 2 blue beads. Okay, I'm going to show again how to cut this last step. lining that up on here. And Debbie had a good question. You see, and if you want to zoom right here on the bottom, she thought she did something wrong because this doesn't go over like that. As long as it is within your seam allowance, your white dash line, you're totally fine. All right, I'm gonna add my last B. I'm gonna flip that over. Okay, we are back, and all I did was sew these two pairs together, and so the last step to finish the block, we've got the seams nesting in the middle. I think I will put a pin right there. And this will make a 12.5-inch block. So here you go. That is a beautiful block. Such pretty colors. That's block 4.